Good morning, day 69 of the 75-day challenge, out for my morning walk. Feeling pretty optimistic today. I went back and I've been looking at all of my bookings on Turo and looking at the numbers, and I'm happy to report that this is looking far better than what I had anticipated it to be. Especially in April. I really thought that back in March, when all the quarantining news came out, and just as the magnitude of this amplified, I thought that bookings would really zero out and just completely bottom out with zero cash flow, zero revenue. But that has not been the case. I have continued to get bookings, and it seems like I'm able to edge my price slowly back up, which is good. And the good part of it is that right now, this week, next week, possibly even the week after, we're really going through the brunt of all of this. And so if bookings continue to remain, then that's a good sign for moving into May, when things are hopefully a little bit better and trending in a better direction. So I feel really good about that. Nonetheless, I am still in the mode of preparing for worst case scenario, because no matter what, I just want to be ready. And I feel grateful to be going through this, because it's definitely going to remain as a staple experience throughout the rest of my life. And I want to make sure that I use this experience to really harness my financial future, and to be in a state and to position myself so that I'm always ready to weather any type of storm, no matter the magnitude. And I've never really had that type of thought process before. So I'm really glad that there was sort of a silver lining to all this, and it's going to allow me to establish a new way of doing things and a new level of being prepared, which I think that will be the case for a lot of people, hopefully, to really leverage this situation to create a better future in case anything like this ever happens again. So you don't get caught with your pants down, and that you're really ready to weather any storm. So yeah, just kind of that's what I've been thinking about on my walk today, about how I will always hold this experience moving into my future and really use it to position myself better and prepare better. So yeah, day 69. Hope you guys are all staying safe and healthy and taking care of yourselves mentally. And I'll talk to you guys later.
Hi guys. Okay, so getting into my nightly reading of The Wealthy Gardener. I'm so excited to finally get to this part of the book, because this is going into chapter 5, which is called The 10 Seeds of Wealth. And of course, I had to peek ahead, and they are all amazing. So I'm super excited to get through them and share them with you guys. So today is going to be the first seed of wealth, which is called Think Wealth. And what I could say is, if you're going to tune into anything, I mean, of course, I suggest that you listen to the entire playlist, because it'll take you through the whole book. But definitely tune into this last week that I have with this challenge, because I'm going to be going over the 10 seeds of wealth. And I think that they apply to everyone and anyone. And it is just phenomenal information. Okay, so chapter 5, lesson 1, Think Wealth. Wealth is an abundance of possessions or money. People who eventually gain wealth think a lot about it. You must walk to the beat of a different drummer, Dave Ramsey said. The same beat that the wealthy hear. If the beat sounds normal, evacuate the dance floor immediately. The goal is not to be normal, because normal is broke. You need a clear goal and a big why. All riches have their origin in the mind, said Robert Collier. Keep your best wishes close to your heart and watch what happens, said Tony DeLiso. Keep a vision of wealth close to your heart. Write goals and read them at night and in the morning. Feel amassed money to your possession and see yourself performing services to earn this reward. In your quiet time, assure yourself that wealth is your destiny. Feel prosperous until it feels natural. Drive wealth deep into your mind. Build a faith that displaces all doubts. A prosperity consciousness, Brian Tracy said, attracts money like iron filings to a magnet, filings to a magnet. The days pass, and with focus, our wealth grows. Thinking of wealth will influence the mind to make better choices. If you would be wealthy, think of saving as well as getting, said Benjamin Franklin. The wealthy buy luxuries last, said Robert Kiyosaki, while the poor and middle class tend to buy luxuries first. That's a super important one. Tomorrow's wealthy are the accumulators of today. They are focused, self disciplined, steady earners with contempt for spending. They think about wealth and what it will mean for their lives. They will forego luxuries today. The knowledge of why one wants wealth, a great desire or a worse fear, is vital to the perseverance that precedes any substantial accumulation. Our reasons anchor our resolves. The wealthy know why they want riches. For example, George Orwell had a clear motive for wealth. Lack of money means discomfort, means squalid worries, means shortage of tobacco, means ever present consciousness of failure. Above all, it means loneliness. Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger knew why they needed wealth. Like Warren, I had a considerable passion to get rich, said Munger. Not because I wanted Ferraris, I wanted the independence. I desperately wanted it. Accumulation of wealth before actions and choices that lead to it require uncommon thinking. The wealthy must want wealth more than they want comfort, luxury, or social status. Wealth finds those who clearly know what they want and why they want it and spend a lot of time thinking about it. The life lesson: think wealth. Since I tended to get what I thought about in life, I concentrated daily on wealth and why I wanted it. And so thinking about wealth is seed number 1 in the 10 seeds of wealth. And one of the things that I've done since I've read this book is, for one, it took me a while to really think about what it was that I wanted, what my goals were, and what they specifically were. So like financially, exactly how much money, I was thinking about and what that meant per month and how I'm going to get there. And I have this my notebook here, and this is where I kind of take down all my notes as I read this book and jot out my whys and my hows and what exactly it is that I want, and kind of what he shared in the book, where he would write down how much money he wanted to make, and then he would write how next to it and start thinking of ideas. So that's something that I've started doing. But more importantly, once I kind of came to somewhat of a vision, a cohesive vision, I went in my little notes app on my iPhone and I sort of jotted down this grander vision that I have for life, how I think that I can serve my purpose in this life, what I want my legacy to be in this world, and kind of what I want to give back to this world while I'm still here, and then financially exactly what type of money it is that I think I want to make. And so I have all of this sort of jotted down in a notes page on my phone, and it's something that I look at every single morning, especially when I go for my walk. And it's something that I've now memorized, and I repeat it in my head every single day. And it feels kind of crazy. That's something that I can share with you guys for sure. It feels super crazy because you're just having these like conversations with yourself with sort of these goals that seem so absurd and so big, and you're just like, what am I doing? Is this even possible? But after reading this book, I'm definitely a firm believer that you don't have anything to lose by doing it. So even if you're skeptical about how all of this works, there's nothing that you lose from doing it. So why not just do it, and hopefully it works and it puts you on that path. And I think that when you repeat stuff like that over and over again in your head, and like you keep taking notes about it, and it's in your phone and it's just popping up everywhere all around your life, it's inevitable that you start taking that your behaviors start to change and they begin to move in that direction, because it's just something that you're constantly thinking about. So yeah, that was seed number 1 in the 10 seeds of wealth, and that was about thinking wealth. And there is a great book, I think it's As a Man Thinketh, really, really good short book, and it's kind of about this exact concept, and it's about how what we think about is what comes to fruition in our life. So you have to be so careful about the thoughts that circulate in your mind, and that really begins with a lot of awareness. First, you have to really become aware of what the heck is going on in your head, even when you don't notice it. And that's probably the scary thing, is when you're not even noticing it, there's sort of all these things that are happening, and oftentimes they're very negative, I think, for a lot of people, as they were for me too. And so as you become aware and bring awareness to your thoughts, you can really begin to control them, and it'll just change the trajectory that you're on. So today is Monday, and this challenge is going to wrap up for me on Sunday, and I plan to get through the rest of this book. So I would definitely recommend that you guys tune in, and I think that you guys will find these lessons so valuable in the same way that I'm finding them so valuable. And again, I'm reading along with you guys. So if you haven't picked up a copy, I definitely would. It's one of the best books that I've read so far. The Wealthy Gardener by John Safaric. I have a link in the description down below. And that is day 69 of the 75-day challenge, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Next week, I'm going to have some really exciting videos coming out in regards to Turo, and I think a lot of this is going to tie into that. So I'm pretty excited for that. I will keep you guys all posted on that content, but I will call it a night. Hope everyone is staying safe and healthy. Please take care of yourselves and take care of your minds. Good night. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.